Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I wanted to show you what I picked up during the Sephora savings event. Now, I will admit to purchasing more than I had intended and probably more than I have in quite a long time. I made two online purchases and I went into store once, and I really wasn't planning on picking that much up, and I kind of surprised myself. Let's start with the one thing that I used first thing this morning when I popped in the shower, and it's this. This is the Pre-Show Glow from Fenty Skin. It's a little teeny tiny bottle of exfoliant, and it's a liquid exfoliant, and it comes with a little puff that you can put like 3 fingers in. So just a little drop of that on there, and then you can exfoliate your face. My face felt so smooth afterwards. So it's part liquid exfoliant and it's part physical exfoliant because you're getting a little bit, but that little puff is not too aggressive. I found that it did a really good job of making my skin really feel polished without feeling overly dry. Keep in mind, I have combo skin, so if you have dry skin, I don't know how this would work. But I tend to be oily in my T-zone, normal everywhere else, and I'm not feeling any tightness or any dryness. And it's one of those things I'd probably use once, maybe twice a week. All right, I did pick up a refill of something that I absolutely love. I got another Mighty Fine brow pen from Benefit. This is what I've been loving in my brows. I'm wearing this today. I feel like it does a really great job of drawing in my brows quickly, giving me the definition that I need. It has a really unique 3-pronged tip to it, and I love how this doesn't distribute too much liquid in one spot. So when I touch it down and I start brushing it through, I don't end up with little dots of ink, just like boop. Sometimes that happens with other brow pens, never with this one. It's really easy, super flexible, and those 3 little tines just quickly go through my brows and build one of the easiest and best looks I've had in brows in a long time. Really like this. I'm so glad I picked another one up when it was 20% off. All right, I picked up some stuff from Prada. I'd been dying to try one of their eye quads, but guess what? I didn't like any of the colors. And recently they came out with 3 new palettes in neutral shades. And the lightest one is the one that I wanted. It was already sold out by the time I got on at midnight Pacific to be able to go and place my online order. So I got the next shade up. This is shade number 8. And this is what it looks like. So these are slightly rosy, but still neutral leaning shades. There's no bright pop of chartreuse, pop of kind of purple lavender. They're a little bit more run-of-the-mill shades. For someone like me who loves a boring Betty eye look, this is the sort of palette that I'm really gonna kind of lean into. And I love that I was finally able to pick up one of the Prada quads. I was like, you know what, while we're there, they came out with a new eye pencil and a new mascara. Let's see what these are all about. So this is the Prada Durable Gliding Eye Pencil. I have the shade Wood. Surprise, surprise. It's a brown. I know, who's surprised? No one is. But it has a very similar cap to a lot of my favorite brow pencils, like the ones from Victoria Beckham, the ones from Sweet Beauty, the ones from Lisa Eldridge, where it looks like it's going to keep it airtight because it is a gel formula. I'm hoping this dries down and does not budge. We'll have to see how that is. And I was like, you know, I really am curious because the wand on this is what really surprised me. Because look, there's no bristles except for on one side, and it looks like it's really going to get in there, you know, down at the base of the roots and then be able to brush through. I'm really looking forward to this. This is supposed to be a volumizing mascara. Super, super excited to try this. All right, the lippy I'm wearing today is the one I've had in my Loves cart for probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And it's Prada's Soft Matte Lipstick in the shade Granato. And it is the most beautiful soft matte red. I really love this soft matte formula from, I have a different red in their, the other hyper matte formula. Let me see if I can find it. So the other one is the hyper matte formula. And this red here, I think, is Fiocco. So here's the difference. This is the hyper matte formula. This is the soft matte formula. I wanted something that was going to be really easy on the lips, something that was going to stay in place. My favorite nude lipstick right now is the soft matte from Prada in the shade Tiepolo. It is so beautiful. It's almost, I mean, it's losing its triangular shape because I just keep reaching for it. But the formula is what's so great because it feels like a lip balm. It stays within my vermilion border. It doesn't go places. I was really hoping that this was going to turn into a low maintenance red. And for me, a low maintenance lipstick is one that I don't have to constantly check in the mirror, is one that I don't have to reapply all the time, or I can reapply without a mirror. And I love a low maintenance red because red is my favorite shade of lipstick to wear. And I thought, why not get my favorite matte lipstick formula in my favorite shade? So I'm really glad I picked this up. I've been waiting to do it for a long time. I'd gone through several different Sephora savings events and not picked it up. And this time I was like, you know what? Let's just go all in for red for spring and summer. All right, that's all of the Prada. Let me tell you about a new fragrance that I picked up and I'm so excited. I'm wearing it today and it smells delicious. I got the sample size. This is from Replica. This is called Never Ending Summer. This is a bright, fresh fragrance that has a citrus scent to it. It also has keynotes of spritz accord, orange, and vetiver. The provenance and period for this is the Amalfi Coast 2022. Refreshing bright orange. I really love a citrus scent, and I think that's why I was drawn to this. I picked this up and I didn't spray it on me. I was already wearing a really heavy fragrance that day, and I was kind of like, well, it smells like one thing on the little sample card, and who knows if it's going to smell good on me, but I really like the way it smells. The last time I picked up one of these scents, I think I picked up this family of scents from Replica, and it was a different citrus, and it gave me a headache. And I was like, no. So I'm glad I picked up the purse spray. If I really tend to like it and lean into it a lot this spring and summer, I might pick up the next size up. I've been enjoying it today. I really like the way that it smells, but it's not too heavy. It's really quite lovely. All right, I had to pick up another one of my new favorite lippies from Sarah Creel. I have the one, these are the Adulta Talking Solid Lip Serum Balm, and I have the one in Thriving, and I loved it so much. I was like, let's get another. These are expensive. These are $42. I know, a little crazy, but I had to know. So I picked up this shade Energetic, which is a soft pink shade right here. I hope it's, the one thing that I like about these is that they're not too heavy, but I'm really hoping that the color turns out not too soft baby pink. I don't know what it's going to look like on top of my natural lip shade. But I really love this formula so much. Like the one from Prada, it stays where you put it. It doesn't go outside your vermilion border. It is shiny, it is glossy, it is a lip balm, but it's a very, very elegant one. I really like the shade that I already had in Thriving, and I wanted to get another one. I just wish there were more shades. Somebody mentioned that they had seen another YouTuber talking about these, and they had started out with the clear one. I don't have the clear. I only have the ones that come in color. But another YouTuber, and I'm not sure who they were referencing, was saying that the ones in the different colors are gritty. And I was like, maybe they got some bad ones, because the ones I have are not gritty. They are super smooth, pluscious, delicious on the lips. I really, really like this formula, enough so that I had to pick up another one. I was trying so hard to get through the Sephora savings event without picking up another blush, because I do not need any more blush. I'm up to my eyeballs in blush. But then I saw this in store and I was like, okay. And I touched it and it's so lovely texturally. These are the new matte bouncy blushes, the soft pinch matte bouncy blushes from Rare Beauty. This is the shade Happy. It's the shade that I'm wearing today. This goes on so beautifully with the synthetic brush. Of course, you could leave a big divot in the pan. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to squish it. I want it to stay nice like this, but I really, really love this. It's such a pretty shade. So lovely, so pretty. one of those that you can really have a lot more intensity than what I have on my face today. I think this is a really lovely product, but I feel like if you don't have the right blush, if you're just using fingers, it might be kind of hard, but using a synthetic brush, well, I don't know, like it blended out okay. But I feel like you might have to really press more than you'd want. I would say use a good synthetic brush with it that is not too stiff and a little bit diffused, and you'll get some really good results. Because today I was using the BK 107 brush, and I was using this and just boop, 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 boop. It was really easy and did a great job of diffusing the blush that I'm wearing. All right, I had to know. I had to know. You know, we're all kind of looking for a replacement for the Givenchy Prismaline powder. And this new one from YSL came out. This is the All Hours Blur, Hyper Blur. And this is the translucent shade. It's completely white. I am wearing this today. I don't know that this is going to work for everyone. I don't know how translucent this is. I don't feel like it did anything bad to my skin tone, but I'm fair. I feel like if you are probably medium or tan or deep, I'd get one of the other colors. And I'm glad there's more than one shade. I remember years ago when they would come out with just one white powder and say it's translucent and works on all skin tones. That's a lie. Does not happen. But this is what I picked up when I went in store to return the Dior bronzer. I did return it. It was $64. I was like, I'm not going to hang on to something that makes me feel like an Oompa Loompa when I can get something else that is going to be beautiful and that is going to work for me. So I have high hopes for this. I have it on today. I feel like it works really well. I'm not getting any dryness or texturing underneath my eyes, and that's always what I'm worried about. That's like my problem area. I also want to make sure that whatever powder I'm using does a really good job of keeping makeup kind of just staying where it was originally placed, because I do have a lot of expression lines in my forehead and I do have crow's feet, and I don't want products settling into those areas. So having a powder that doesn't look heavy, that doesn't look dry, that doesn't look powdery, but sits on the skin beautifully, I think that's really important. And so far, I feel like it's looking pretty good, especially under the eyes, and that's always what I'm looking for. I did pick up another powder. I did pick up this one here from the Sephora collection, and this is their micro smooth powder. I've heard good things about this for years and I've never ever picked it up. So I picked up the lightest shade. Oof. All right, I have a little pocket knife that I keep here to cut little plasticky things or open boxes. This is the lightest shade. It really reminds me of a MAC product. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've used any of the MAC products, but I'm kind of excited to see. Ooh, it's a really good shade match for my skin. I just put it over the blush that was here and it kind of blanked out the blush. It's really a nice, lovely texture. I'm really interested to try this. I didn't want to do it today. I wanted to use the one from YSL, but I'll be using this in an upcoming video and we'll see. I haven't really tried a lot from the Sephora collection. A lot of that is because I've heard mixed reviews. Some things are amazing and those things are never in stock. And then other things are just okay, or there are other brands that are better. But I have heard nothing but great reviews about this, and it's been out for years. So I thought maybe it was time to finally try it, because the Sephora collection was 30% off during their sale for everybody. All right, other things that I picked up and I'm wearing today and I like it. This is the Tri-Clone Concealer from House Labs. I have the shade 04. I really like the shape. It's more like a petal of the doe foot. It's really nice. And it picks up a decent amount of product. This is the Fair Neutral shade. And I think it's a really, really great skin tone match for me. It's like, wait, I had dark spots in the back of my hand and now they're gone. I'm really excited about that. Somebody asked me to do a recent purchases for concealers and rank them, and I do plan to do that because I have the new one from Estee Lauder. I have the new one from Tarte. I picked up the one from Sarah Creel. There's this one. I picked up one from Salt New York. So there have been a lot of concealers that have been coming into my collection recently, and I thought it might be helpful to go through and talk about the attributes of each. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, and I'll get that video out for you. The last thing that I picked up that's makeup was something that is not brand new. It's been out forever, and I just never had tried. And you're going to be like, what? You've never tried? And I finally picked it up. It's the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I did not get the full size because when you have, I'm just looking at my collection of foundation over here. When you have as much foundation as I do, just getting a full size, if there's a mini, that's the size that I want. I picked up the lightest shade that they carried in store. I don't know if there are lighter shades, but it's 1.5. And this is what I have on my face today. It's actually so beautiful. It's just a little bit warmer than the Triclone concealer from House Labs, but I do feel like it's a really, really good shade match for me, but it made my skin look so dewy, so glowy, so skin-like. I feel like I lost a lot of the glow once I powdered over with the YSL powder, but that's a blurring powder. It's a matte powder. It's gonna do that to the skin, but I really like the way my skin looks when it has just this on it. So the next time I wear this, I'm just going to powder like my under eyes and my T-zone. And I want to see how this wears throughout the day because it is such a lovely, lovely formula. All right, last thing that I picked up isn't really makeup, but it's a setting spray. And it's a repurchase of the One Size Until Dawn because the one that I have, there's still some in here, but it's getting empty. My kids love this. Now, my kids don't watch my channel, thankfully, so they won't know this, but I'm always telling them if you want your own, buy your own. But the truth is there's so much makeup here, it's kind of hard to tell my kids not to get in my stuff. And I'm always telling them, think of it as a lending library. As long as you bring it back, you may use it. So I wanted to get something that I knew my kids would love. I like this, but I really only use this in the summer. And I only use it on days when I know I'm going to be outside and it's going to be really hot and my face might slide off. But I don't use this during the winter. But both of my kids really, really love this. So I'll save this one for when this one's empty. But I tend to like a more hydrating, like face setting mist. And it's not really a setting spray, but it's a facial mist. My favorite one is from M Cosmetics. But I got this for my kids, even though I'm always telling them to buy their own. I just like, you know what? Let's just do something nice. We're getting it on sale anyway. Let's pick one up for the kids. All right, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for making the time to watch today. You know what? I should say one more thing. If you happen to be thinking about shopping the Sephora sale, because it's going to go for a couple more days, and you haven't quite gotten there yet, just keep in mind that it's not worth going into debt to buy makeup. Okay. If you're a makeup lover, chances are you already have something. I would say only shop the sale if there's something that you need to replace and you can get it while it's on sale, or if there's something that you have budget to try and really intrigues you. Don't just go in there and spend willy-nilly, because I would never ever want to encourage you to do that. So I'm just going to say it. Don't shop the sale if you don't have the cash. There will be other times, and there's just more and more makeup coming out all the time. So yeah, you don't have to have anything, especially any of the stuff that I picked up. But expect to see these guys in upcoming videos. Thank you so much for making the time to watch today. Let me know if you picked anything up or you are still planning to. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again next time. Bye.